Good evening. Tonight's broadcast will be about water flow and current velocity. Um, to go over, this is a 10-gallon saltwater tank with several corals and a couple of fish. It is being run by a Joba OW10 and a regular hang-on-the-back filter. There's two sets of lights, one RGB and one 3-channel. And in the back there is a small heater and a wall of Cheeto algae. The whole tank runs pretty well balanced, actually. As far as flow, the Obajoa at its highest flow rate or flow setting would be somewhere around 1400 gallons per hour, but I usually have it anywhere between 1 and 5, depending on the point in the day or at night. At night, usually I keep it the steady stream, more or less 1, a low constant flow, but through the day it ramps up to 5 and back down to 1. As far as the actual corals themselves, they're doing really well. Right now we're on 2 to 3, and I just want to go over the flow itself. It's a little hard to see actually what's going on in the tank as far as the flow, so bear with me a moment and I'm going to try and show that off with some help of some freeze-dried mysis shrimp. I can't reach them, so give me one moment. It's kind of difficult. 1 second. Technical difficulties here. Can't believe how hard it is to open up something one-handed when you're on the spot, right? Well, there we go. Now it's open. Now I'm going to grab some, and we're going to throw some in the tank. Maybe just a little more. This time really crunch it up. That way it creates lots of little particles so I can try and show what I'm talking about. Let's try a little more. Okay, so now that the tank has some freeze-dried mysis shrimp in there, it should be easier to see the actual flow, where it goes, how it moves, and just to remind, this is towards a lower setting. I may try to ramp it up just to show you what's going on, but as far as, like for instance, this area, well, you can't really see them all. There is a lot more in the water, but if you can see some of them on here, you can see create circular motions across the area where that coral is, and then over here sort of a wave action, stop and go motion in about 4 different directions. Where the green Naphthia coral is, it is coming at them and is turbid pretty much right upon them, but it also flows behind and pushes forward while getting pushed back. Over here there is a little bit easier of a time to show the differences in a few different spots. Across the front of the glass, which is the closest, right here, these two pieces, the flow rate is a little bit higher, so they get nice strong breeze, whereas the other ones get more of an intermittent breeze, but as far as it goes, it's quite dynamic and very much appreciated by the green star polyps. Over here, again, you can kind of see some of the stuff in there. It sort of swirls all around the coral itself. That's really what you want as far as the dynamic flow. Between the Hob and the Obajoa OW10 or whatever, the wave maker, the flow in the tank is at an average of, I want to say, between just trying to do the math for the median throughout the day. 1 second. Okay, so it would be a range between 600 and 900 gallons, almost, well, actually, wow. It would be anywhere between 600 and 1200 gallons an hour per day. It's been that way for a few months, and the tank itself is doing very well. I do have lots of different critters in here. The one new critter, or most recent critter, I have no idea, is this thing right here. Looks like a sponge to me. It is surrounded by probably strawberry or ball anemones. Either way, the anemones are pretty cool. But this thing I know is not an anemone. I'm not really sure what it is. If anybody knows what it is, it'd be awesome to leave a comment and let me know. As well as your thoughts on what that one is right there. Really looks kind of like black lizard skin or something like that. It's pimply. It's definitely some sort of organic mass. It has changed shape within the last couple of months since I've noticed it. As far as the size, about the same, a little bit bigger maybe. Sorry for the movement, just a really hard angle to hold. The black mass is right under that one anemone there. I have no idea really what it is. Other than that, the tank itself is well fed daily. All parameters are within the ranges. If anything, calcium and magnesium are a little bit elevated, but that's kind of a good thing. As far as the system itself, I'd say it's running very well. Usually the lights don't look like this though. I'm going to fix them to what I usually have them at this moment. It is about 8:30. Yeah. And hold on. And that's about where the lights are usually for this point in the day. With the settings, at this moment, the Hob usually is running at full speed all day. And with the Wave Maker running at about 35-40% right now, it's somewhere around I want to say 800 gallons an hour right now. Again, this is just a rough estimate. I think this just shows how well the tank will do with good dynamic flow. It's been running this way for several months, so I do feel this will continue. Sorry for the random video. Just trying to document some things, and well, next time I'm gonna actually have everything written out so that way I can do this a little bit better and try it again.